I think the problem is that they have this thing that it's below them to be seen to be needing to improve, and that's as a driver. And if they're not quick, it must be because the car's not good enough. Yuki Tsunoda philosophy of life. He must be almost as good as Max Verstappen, and if he's not, it's because his setup's not right. Now they say, Paul Schreinermakers says, at Red Bull they do have personal coaches for Max and Yuki. Well, they do, but they're not coaches that are talking about the sort of things that are really important, like in Yuki's case, how he releases the brake pedal pressure against steering load, increased steering load, or in the case of Kimi Antonelli at Mercedes, how does he drive the way he drives on slow corners? How does he project that into fourth and fifth and sixth gear corners? Because at the moment, he's nothing like as good on those high-speed corners as he is on slow corners. And I suspect it's because he's constantly looking at the telemetry of George Russell and trying to do what George is doing on those quick corners. And it's not working for him, quite obviously, because he's not a George Russell type driver. And yet, I very, very much doubt that any driving coach employed by a team would be looking at that sort of detail, or indeed would be discerning in that way. Most of it would be under the heading of sports psychologists, I would imagine, and talking to them about, in the case of Yuki at Red Bull, it would be, Yuki, it's important for you to go out there and just enjoy being a driver, relax, get the best from the car. Are you feeling comfortable in the car? Make sure you're properly hydrated, all that sort of stuff, all that juvenile stuff that we all know. But none of it would be real. None of it would be, Yuki, how much work have you ever done on turning in on the brakes to a transition point that's different every lap? I think you'd say, what are you talking about? Wouldn't he? So there you go. I don't have any faith in it. Rob Wilson's got a few guys that he works with who work under him, and they're pretty good, but I don't think any of those are used by Formula One teams. And Rob certainly does his stuff with drivers, not with teams. And over the years, he's done a lot with Lance Stroll. Not recently, I don't think, which is probably why Lance has gone completely off the boil. But when Lance was good, he was doing quite a lot of stuff with Rob, as indeed was Valtteri Bottas. And Kimi, of course, did a lot of early work with Rob. And Nico Rosberg did quite a few days. Nico Hulkenberg has done quite a lot with Rob.